All right, welcome back. Now, I have to deal with this video. I have to deal with this video. I got to deal with it. Got to deal with it. Because, excuse me, I have always focused my attention on grassroots everything. I feel like the grassroots is the only thing that matters. If your narrative don't resonate with the grassroots, I really don't give much credit to it. Okay, and with Black American males, Black American men, we've always made things stick. Anytime we had an issue that we were passionate about, everyone always eventually hear about that issue, whatever it is. And I know that Tariq has heard black men's complaints. He has heard our issues. And I'm going to focus more on Tariq because Umar Johnson is not even of our lineage. He's not even FBA. So I really don't give much weight or credit to what he has to say anyways. I do personally, even though, anybody could lie, I personally do believe that Tariq is 100% FBA. That's just my personal belief. And I think what he says resonates far more with black Americans than the things that Umar Johnson says, even though Umar is definitely a dangerous individual. But here recently, Tariq has been getting pressed. He's been getting pressed by mostly foreigners, but he's been getting pressed about, not holding black women accountable. Now, I'm sort of got mixed feelings about this. Because on one hand, yeah, they're pointing out things that I've and several other black men have always pointed out. But on the other hand, why are y'all foreigners paying so much attention to us? To the point where you feel like it's your place to call up and give us moral lectures. Like, who do y'all think you are? I totally understand where Tariq's coming from. I'll elaborate more on that. Let's get into it.
Hey Tariq, I have a question for you.
Go
I
ahead.
saw that on your X page. You posted a picture with Shahrazad Ali, and
Yes.
yeah, so much respect for her. But don't you think you're just being very hypocritical due to the fact that everything that she represents, I'm pretty sure she would agree with my views compared to your views, where basically you're just caping for black women and just basically enabling their bad behavior. When
Well,
it,
but as a foreigner, what does their bad behavior have to do with you? And this is to all the other foreigners who call in. What does anything that black American women are engaged in, what does that have to do with you? See, this is what I believe happens with these people. They sit up and they listen to us. They're just in this weird way very obsessed with us as a people. And they listen to the point where they start to act as if they themselves are FBA. Get out of here. Get out of here. This has nothing to do with you, your people, your community. What is your problem? Like I said, I don't sit up and listen to other groups of men talk about the issues they have with their ethnic counterpart. You weirdos. Find yourself some business. But let's continue.
she would totally agree with me that black women um, are the main cause on why the nuclear family and the black community is at the bottom.
A community that you don't even belong to, what is your effing problem? This is my issue. This is a big issue I have with these people. What is y'all's problem? That is just very weird, man. It's very weird. We are not all up in y'all's business like that. That's all I'm saying.
So I just think that you're being very hypocritical, especially if she sees, your previous uh, these broadcasts where you're just caping and just not holding black women accountable.
Well, the thing is, I hold systematic white supremacy accountable, and I'm not an incel. I don't have a problem, and I've never had a problem with black women. Black women, especially foundational
Now, okay.
black American women, are the most phenomenal women on the planet, sir.
Yes, but and these same
Who's more phenomenal than foundational black American women?
you see, you're trying to change the subject.
I'm not. No,
See, I am definitely not into doing this. Trying to compare black women with other groups of women in the world. That should never be a thing. That should never be a thing. Why would you do that to yourself in the first place, is my question. Why would you even go there? Why go there? We don't need to do this. So this is definitely the wrong way. I think this was the wrong way to handle it. I would have handled it differently. Put it like that.
oh no, you brought it up, and I'm asking you.
Okay, now, this is feel-good content. I made a statement on the previous video. I said Tariq and Umar, they focus more on feel-good content. And listen, I don't care. If that's how you make a coin, go knock yourself out. But I don't like lies. I don't like untruths. If you really going to compare black American women to other women of the world, tell them the truth. But again, I'm mindful of this the whole way. Why is this a concern of you, people of you foreigners? Stay out of get out of our business and stay out of our business. Now I get it. People put their business out there and it's all online. Well, if y'all doing the same thing, guess what? I don't know nothing about it because I'm not watching. And if I was, I would not involve myself in y'all's personal issues. Extremely disrespectful how they do that. Oh, yes. Now, let me back this up. We need to unpack this.
Black women, especially foundational black American women, are the most phenomenal women on the planet, sir.
Yes, but and these same
Who's more phenomenal than foundational black American women?
Now, I want to skip past this little, you know what he does. He
women, they're less masculine. They respect them.
Okay, here.
General
Okay,
women.
now,
I'm not naming celebrities.
No, I ain't talking about
in general.
No,
I'm just naming in general.
Okay,
women
now.
of other races are much more feminine. They're less masculine. They respect
Sir,
their men. But
sir, feminine, no. Because you got social media, they're ogling over black women and their beautiful bodies all day. You're not.
Oh, face palm. Face palm. Why would you say that? That people online are drooling over black women's bodies? Oh, no, miss. That was a swing and a miss. Okay, that's Pookieism right there. Pookie energy all over that. That was some straight up hood rat. That was a hood rat statement. Keisha culture statement and all that.
Not ogling over Asian women.
I mean, My goodness. Why objectify them? But if you just want to talk about sexual, if you're just talking sexual, yes, they do drool over all women, women of all races online. So I really didn't get that. People, if you check out these Instagram, you find women of all races with ridiculous amounts of views and stuff like that. It really doesn't prove anything.
You're not
But
ogling. You're not even ogling over white women or European women. You
but
know,
I
people are sitting there watching beautiful black women's bodies all day. They're watching that.
Tariq, Tariq, what are you talking about, man? Oh, this was horrible.
Divine femininity.
but he's
Oh my God. I'm
saying
sorry.
black women tore down and tried to destroy her during when she released that book.
Okay, now
So
you're all over the place. Okay, well, me and Shahrazad Ali is like my mother. You understand that? She
and I
calls me her.
respect her 100%, but it seems like you're very
Shahrazad, Shahrazad Ali calls me her spiritual son. That woman is literally like my mother. You understand?
and I
I love
respect
that woman. I love that woman dearly. So yeah, you don't even speak on her. You understand? You just being out of line, speaking on her. Period. Now we're talking about how you feel about black women in general. Like I said, um, who's more phenomenal than foundational black American women? You can't just say all women because they're not. You would have to prove it. It's not because you say so. Who?
women like Asian women. They are married at a high pace
That,
compared to
that,
Black
sir,
American women.
okay, what from
So
what Asian country?
that is
And you
that
go to any Asian country right now, they selling cootie cat in broad daylight by the pound, is by the thousands,
in
sir.
America, 3 out of 4 Asian women.
What? Okay. Now, I don't know if Tariq is being serious here, but he's saying that there's a high rate of prostitution among Asian women. Is that what he's saying? That's what it sounds like. Now, here's the thing. This is a major issue for black American women. They are hyper aware of their this is the case with all women. Women are highly receptive of their attractiveness, and they always want to know, how attractive am I and how do I measure up with the competition, with the other women around me, whether they be black or of any race. Women are in constant competition with each other, nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. Nobody seeks attention more than the human female. Understand me well, young men. Women yearn for attention. They yearn for attention. All of them. All of them. It is their nature. And black American women, they have done everything that they've done to themselves because of it. Because their attractiveness is such a priority. They have burnt their hair, wearing other people's hair, doing the most ridiculous and outlandish, cartoonish things you could possibly imagine, all because their level of attractiveness is just that important. Like I said, that's the case for all women. The only reason black American women, and scratch that, black women all over the world, the only reason they do things that other women don't is because they are the only ones that deals with a genuine inferiority complex, a genuine, it's a matured, well established inferiority complex. So they alter themselves in a way that's really it's not even possible. They try to be a black or dark skinned version of white women, a dark skinned version of Latina women, Mexican women, of Asian women, and you can't. That doesn't work. There's far more, and I'm just talking about looks. There is far more that separates you, black woman, from other women. Just like there's far more than hair texture that separates black men from other groups of men on this earth. Other groups of men can't just slap on some woolly hair and look like a black man. Even if you are as dark as us, you can't just magically look like us. So this culture that black women have adopted is extremely alien, and it makes them look unnatural in a way that no other group of women do. They have a unique fakeness. Talking about black women, a unique fakeness that other groups of women don't have, because those other groups of women are not trying to be black women.
Women are married compared
No.
to 1 out of 4
They
black
call
women in America.
mail order brides.
They're not mail order brides.
Yes,
Mail
actually.
order bribes is what Tariq said. Listen to what Tariq's saying here.
Mail order
actually,
damn brides.
Asian women.
Mail order damn brides, sir.
Asian
That's not a
women make
flex. That ain't no flex.
it.
That ain't no flex, sir. They'll marry any damn thing just to get out of some of them damn poor villages. That ain't no flex. FBA women ain't got to go that route now. Come on now. That's how phenomenal
If they're
Nah,
so
FBA.
come on, man. Come on. We have seen some of the men that black American women have married. But since we're talking about this, Tariq's the one saying it. And it sounds like he's suggesting that, their women are largely and known for being prostitutes and stuff like that. But here is the truth of it all. What's the out of birth wedlock rate in Thailand? Less than 1%. How about China? Around 1%. I tell you what, pick any Asian country you want. Japan? Around 2 to 3%. This is what separates black American women from other groups of women on earth. Now, all women are primarily seen as attractive most by their counterpart, even black American women. Black American women, black American men, when black American men marry, 85% of the time, they marry a black American woman. Despite the gender war, 85% of the time, they marry a black woman. That is true. However, that is not the case for any other group of men. Other men marry their own women at a much higher rate. Black men, and this is the point I've been trying to hammer home for years, black men delineate more than any other group of men. And for years, black women have tried to blame us for it, but actually it is all black women's fault. And it's not a blame game. It's not about that either. But it's always been black women's fault because black men tried to customize black women only for themselves, and that turned black women off. Oh yeah, that Black is Beautiful movement, what that really was is black men's attempt to customize black women, along with just being natural, okay? But black women knew that they would primarily and almost exclusively only be seen as attractive by black men. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that, didn't want that. To feel attractive in the eyes of other races of men, they feel like they have to wear those men's genes, their DNA, which is very weird, man. That's why the story of this world should be put in a book. It's very strange. You literally, like I said, wearing other people's skin. Hair, you should look at it as skin because it's a skin accessory. Right? It's a skin accessory. Walking around, if you were to do that, that's nasty. Right? Where's your dignity? Where's your pride? Where's your self-respect? See, it's not all about looks. Oh, it's just hair. No, this is about a whole lot more than that, or just looks and just appearance. You don't ever, your actions speak louder than words. And you're saying a whole lot when you do something like that. No, like I said before, nothing confirms their accusation of inferiority more than that. There's nothing they could do, and there's nothing you could do. There would be a bigger display of confirmation that blacks are inferior. And this is what black men have always been frustrated with black women about. You're not fighting the fight against us. You're not fighting the fight along with us, along with black males. You're not fighting racism alongside us. You're not fighting it. You are co-signing it. You're supporting racism, racist thoughts, racist beliefs. You're supporting racist ideologies. You are adopting racist practices. That's what that natural hair movement was all about. It was about eradicating racism from our culture. Getting racism and self-hatred out of our culture, or out of our practices, our customs. And y'all, black women refused. That's why I say they don't evolve alongside with their men. They have stayed stagnant. That is the result of them being women. And because they're women, had a different historical experience. They're shaped by their history, 100%. That's why they are today the right-hand man of white supremacy. They are more of an ally. They are the most effective ally of white supremacists outside another fellow white supremacist. They have been the most effective tool against black families, which is the foundation of everything. It's the foundation of everything. You might get the sense that I ultimately want black America to remain on this earth, because that's just what it is. If you don't, you're insane. You're out of your mind. It's only natural for you to want to exist and maintain your existence. But I will not do that at the expense of my humanity. I'm not about to go knock up some woman who don't have no respect for fatherhood, who don't have no respect for me, and who made it a part of her culture to degrade my very existence, my physical existence. And here's the thing. Ling Ling don't do that. Maria don't do that. They're not a walking, talking, living, breathing expression of disdain for what I am. Did you catch that? They are not a walking, talking, breathing, living expression of disdain and hatred, shame and embarrassment for what I am. Y'all walk around every day of this earth basically screaming out to the whole world how ashamed you are to be black men's counterpart. This is what y'all do through actions. And you mean tell me on top of this, and it's just tip of the iceberg, but on top of this, there is this hateful energy that you only have for black men? And that when Brad and Enrique and all these other dudes, when they start talking to you, they get your best possible attitude? Suddenly your voice inflection goes up and you are now polite and nice and cooperative? Huh? One of those other guys impregnates you and you feel blessed? You feel like now your child is blessed? And now there's no way, even though y'all lead in abortions, but because those other men impregnated you, now there's no way you're going to have an abortion. Really? Black men, I'm proud of black men. They've been so effective that I have been able to leave this whole subject alone and not even produce content on it. And they picked up the torch and continued the good fight. This pandering to black women, bottom line, cannot do black women any good. It cannot benefit them. And it's destroying them. Literally destroying them. Now, at that point, you got to ask, is that a smart thing for you to be doing? All women want to feel attractive. The biggest nightmare for women is to feel unattractive. That's literally happening to black women right now. And everybody, and they get on my nerves doing it, is trying to rub it in. Big result of y'all not fighting alongside with us.
But another additional question that I have.
Now listen to this. Oh, this is so infuriating right here. Again, what is y'all's problem? Y'all around the world over in these countries, y'all need to find yourself some business for real. Mind y'all goofy little business. Listen to this guy.
For the FBA or the African American sisters, that why can they not be like the boys? Like, you know, when you see the African American brothers, they grow their natural hair, and I might come off as like, you know, like a person I have a loaded question.
Slow down. Wait. Who? What? Who? What?
I let me put into perspective though. You gotta let me like, you know how the African American sister put on wigs, right?
Some of them.
So why can they not like grow the?
Tariq says some of them. Come on, man. Now remember, a wig, it's the same thing as weave. That sew in, it's the same thing. Okay, it's just a whole head of hair replacement.
Natural Afro hair, and basically nurture that hair and actually embrace it instead of putting on a wig.
Hold on, let me put this in perspective. Hold on, wait. No. Yeah. Let me just soak in this question. So a Somali.
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
I just asked the question.
No.
Okay, Tariq's gonna get on his forehead. I'm gonna skip past the forehead attack. Sorry.
Hair don't grow on sisters.
I'm asking question, brother. Though. Come on.
Your forehead looks like a Cybertruck, and you're telling us how come hair don't grow on sisters?
I'm asking question. Of course, you could talk shit.
Yeah, sisters. No. Sisters.
You see what I'm saying? Why are these people over there in these countries? Why are y'all worried about this? I'm sorry. That's extremely weird to me. If it were me, like I am right now, I'd be like, I ain't none of my business. It's just not interesting to me. I'm not that interested in y'all at all, period. No random group of people. That's my thing. Why are y'all so flipping obsessed with us? Stop it. Just stop it. Go find you some business. Find you something else to pay attention to.
Sir, sister, FBA women, their hair grows. Their hair grows, and we talked about the other day. Sometimes sisters might put on a wig or put on a lace front or whatever just for maintenance reasons or
Maintenance reasons. So Tariq regurgitated black women's one of their tired, ridiculous excuses. Hair maintenance. Now the guy on the phone just got through saying that the black men have been rocking their natural hair, so why can't the women? Oh, well, the sisters need to protect their hair. What? Why don't the men need to protect and have this protection mechanism in place? What are you talking about? I'm so disappointed that we went so many years without questioning this. Like, what are you talking about? Maintenance and protection. What does that mean? Maintenance. That makes sense. You're actually ruining your natural hair. You ain't maintaining or protecting nothing. You're ruining it by not wearing it the way it was meant to be worn, which is free. So yes, I'm disappointed that he actually co-signed one of the most ridiculous excuses for their cultural insulting of what we are. That's what this black female hair culture is. It's just a very overt way to disrespect on our very existence. What we physically are. It's an old racist plantation culture that should have been gotten rid of a long time ago. And along with the carrying of a slave culture, they've carried much of that mentality from slavery into the modern era. Black women are, if you ask me, they are under a lot of pressure right now. Just collectively under a lot of pressure. And this was inevitable. And Tariq, I'm just saying, now ain't the time to be caping. You're on the wrong side. You may as well admit the truth of what we're saying and just hope for the best. Hope for the best for your sisters. You ain't gonna lose their support.
about the other day. Sometimes sisters might put on a wig or put on a lace front or whatever just for maintenance reasons or
Maintenance? What you maintaining? You gonna maintain a bald spot? You keep doing that. What you maintaining? You covering up what you need a wig for? That don't even make no sense. It make no sense, bruh. Okay? You don't want to be known as the person who say stuff that don't make sense.
about the other day. Sometimes sisters might put on a wig or put on a lace front or whatever just for maintenance reasons, or if you're working a job, you don't want to have, unfortunately, our natural hair is threatening to the dominant society.
Oh, here we go. I can't see. I'm totally disappointed with this. You co-sign that ridiculous excuse. There are several black women who wear their natural hair to work. And aside from that, who cares what they think? We as black men went natural. Nobody can stop us from being human. I can't believe that they still try to act like we're living in slavery. They can't stop you from wearing your natural hair. Can't nobody stop you from wearing your natural hair. And if they try, you got a lawsuit. You don't think that's a fight this worth fighting? We supposed to have been fought it and won already. Don't they got the Crown Act? That is pathetic. I don't respect nobody who mentions that. In 2025, I can't believe there's still black people saying that. Oh, white people don't appreciate us black women. They don't like, they scared of black women when they wear their natural hair. Where many black women do. Well, I won't say many, but there's some of them that do. Like, what are you even talking about? So that's tired excuse. That don't work no more. That's BS.
Yeah. It's threatening to the dominant society. So on a subconscious level, we try to tone it down. But
Tone what down? What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? No, we don't try to tone nothing down. Black men ain't toning nothing down. What are you talking about? Black women tone their blackness down because they want to. They want to look like that. When they get them hair weaves and they looking like a ling ling, that they want to look exactly like that. Don't give me that. You know it, and everybody knows it. Not feeling the dishonesty, man. I'm not feeling this at all.
sister's hair grows, sir.
But Tariq,
Yeah.
I think it's
And
pretty.
I don't think Tariq should be explaining himself like this to this dude. Even though I got some disagreements with Tariq here, I don't like this dude's line of questioning. What is it? Why don't you worry about your women's hair from your country? Because there's most definitely women in your country, wherever you're from, Ethiopia, Somalia, doing the same thing. Go worry about them. And don't tell me that you don't know that. When those women get enough hair, first thing they want to do is get one of these wigs, get one of these weaves, just like they see black American women. So don't even try it. Don't give me that. See, we got to fight two different fights. Got to fight y'all's stupidity, you, the Africans, and the BS that come from ourselves, from each other.
Pretty rare to see a
It's where they're ready to see what? And y'all sitting over there with peppercorn edges, and you're talking about hair growing, sir? I mean, what
I'm
are we?
constantly being silenced. I can't even say anything. Whoever has the mod, please can I like say my perspective at least? Why am I
Yeah.
being silenced? I Tariq, I'll land on this. Okay, and you can answer it. Okay, in good
Okay,
faith without
enough of that. Enough of that. I mentioned in the other video, a big reason why 80, 85, 90% of black American women were married in the late 1800s, early 1900s is because so many black men were proposing to them. Now, I'm sure some of them might turn down proposals today, but there are not nearly as many black women today who are being proposed to. That's a big reason why so few of them are married. That's a big part of the problem. Are we still going to question the men about that? You can't. Like we talked about this before. It's impossible. Men are the consumers. They propose. They're the ones that get down on one knee, gotta go shop, gotta go buy a ring. We're the consumer. You can't question us if we're not buying what you're selling. And you can't call us a sellout, a coon, or none of this other Cynthia G type nonsense that you might hear out here. Black men did something no other group of men did. They had a cultural movement for their women, and it was related to their women's aesthetics, their attractiveness. Had a whole movement to change black women's appearance. Change it to what? To what they naturally look like. More than anything else, this might go over might have went over some people's heads. Black men were trying to make their women in their own image, where their women are a reflection of themselves, just like all other women. They're a reflection of their men. You don't look like a boy. You don't look masculine, none of that nonsense. That's not even mathematically possible. But you swallow it. You co-sign it. Tariq supports hair weave. He said it himself. He's not ashamed of it. So think about that. Brown versus Board of Education. Y'all remember what that was based on? That was based on that doll test. Desegregating schools, they based that on that doll test. So an inferiority complex is extremely serious. Whether, I'm not even dealing with the legitimacy of it and all, or none of that nonsense. That's what Kenneth Clark was trying to argue. That segregation inflicts damage, serious life-altering damage to the minds of black children. We need to stop doing this. So, how can you justify supporting that mental dysfunction? Your inferiority. That's what it's really about. I don't care what it, like I said before, your hair could grow out looking like a broomstick with fingers. I don't care. It's about having respect, enough respect for yourself to refuse to walk this earth in somebody else's image. I will not dare. Are you out? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I will never walk this earth in Brad's image. Shout out to the ancestors. They were caught up in the time, in the moment, back in the day during the conch era. But we'll never have an era like that again. No, we won't. I mentioned it before, and I'm still blown away by this. When you go back and you look at the photos of people from Chicago in the early 1990s, mid 1990s, I was going through them earlier today. You didn't see like anybody with locks. Nobody. I'm telling y'all now, I was around hundreds of dudes from Chicago. I was basically in a Chicago school. There was hundreds of students, all from Chicago, and I did not see anybody in the outside world. We were isolated to ourselves. You didn't have locks like that. And here in the 2000s, they went lock. I don't know what happened or who started it, but they went lock crazy. I don't know if it even started in Chicago. And you mean to tell me black women weren't even touched by that? They wasn't even influenced, were not even motivated by that. It represented a huge money savings. Something that would actually help them right now. Seeing that they are the face of evictions here in America in real bad shape. And now they're making videos. Have y'all seen these videos where they're living inside their automobiles and all this kind of stuff? Still with the lashes and the nails and still got the hair weave popping off. Most definitely. You already know. But make no mistake, man. These women They talk about these women. Oh, these women, they're slaves. They're not good quality women. Man, please. Y'all so out of touch with being human. Everything starts with family. Everything starts with a strong family. And again, this is what I wanted to touch on. I don't like this idea that if a father is not in your life, oh, that's okay. Oh, that's not a big deal. No, it's a big deal. This idea that it's not a big deal that Black Americans have such a out of wedlock. No, it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. Kids should not grow up without their fathers. Stop trying to normalize that. Stop it. Stop it. That again is connected to this dehumanizing of black males. As if, oh, fathers, you don't need fathers. Oh, yeah. Let me ask y'all something. How common is it for Black Americans to inherit something? Take a look at this. How many of y'all ever looked this up? In 2019, 30% of white households received an inheritance, while only 10% of black households did. What do you think the biggest contributor to this fact is? Single mothers. Literally, a huge reason why we don't inherit nothing. Nothing. What are we going to inherit? Section 8, and that's all that's the only thing we do pass down. The Section 8 mothers teach their kids the Section 8 hustle. Teach them the food stamp hustle. They pass that stuff down. But we don't get nothing inherited. Nothing gets passed down to the vast majority of us. Why? Because the family is not intact. The father's not there. Y'all been out here pretending like fathers ain't important. Y'all literally been making millions of Black Americans' lives a whole lot harder. Can you imagine the most productive group of men in the country? Several of us should have had some type of an inheritance. The breadwinner is not in the home. And it's not just about money. It's not just about inheriting anything. The discipline is not there. That's why Black America is getting fatter. Nowhere near as healthy. And y'all being unhealthy and all out of shape contributes to why you're so single. Ain't nobody proposing to you. You kick the men out. Now the kids don't have proper discipline. The boys or the girls. Discipline is no longer a part. That's why they feel like they can do anything and everything. And they actually do anything and everything. No values. No values. No discipline. Where has that gotten us? Has Black America improved since single Black women have taken over? No, we've regressed. So I'm not trying to hear this. This is a hard argument for anybody. Don't try to pretend like, oh, Black American women are just phenomenal. No. They are erasing themselves from existence. They are so bad off. They're the only group where not even half of them, not even 50% of them get married. It's like a quarter of them. 1 out of 4. And those that get married, they are the ones who file for divorce 80% of the time. So even if you were being proposed to you, black women are in such a bad mental state, they can't stay married. All this rapid divorcing, this hyper filing for divorce, I got to get out of here, I got to break up a home, I got to destroy a home, I got to take the kid. That's a sign that you're not so phenomenal. Don't you want to fix that? Don't you want to correct that? You know, if you care about them so much, that should be one of the top issues that you have, that you talk about. Man, we got to get these families back in order. The families. Because if they were to do that, Umar or Tariq, they know they would have to say some things to black women. Oh, yes. They would have to instruct black women. You have to respect that man. That black man, that black father, first of all, he's a father. He's a father. And he deals with more than enough racism and attitude at work, at the job. So when he comes home, you should have nothing but sweet vibes and a hot meal for him. Peace and quiet. Not more fighting. Not more confrontation. Ooh, you can't handle a strong black woman. Get out of here. See, being a good woman has to do with understanding a man's needs, what they're going through, and how you can make their life better, easier. They first will have to learn how to be a wife, a mother, a woman. So they're not taking this serious. And man, if you ask me, it's about to get worse. It's going to get worse for them. Listen, man, and this goes for all future advocates, whoever, if you want to be like a spokesperson, you cannot be no simp. All this hands-off black women, oh, can't be critical of black women. No, that's not going to work at all. As Shahrazad Ali pointed out, that is what has gotten us where we are. The problems we do have came from us not paying no attention to the woman. Oh, thou shalt not criticize Big Mama.
Or why do they make more than black men in America?
Who?
Asian women make
Doing
more
what?
than black men in America.
No, they
Many
don't.
of them
Doing
are
what?
educated, way more educated than your
No.
typical foundational black American men. I just
Then,
think that
then
what you're
okay.
doing is a natural.
Then how come their villages got rats and roaches all on them? Then, huh?
You're projecting. I don't know
No,
anything
no, no,
about
no, 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 no.
Like, why is this dude trying to make an argument that Asian women are more educated than, like, what is that to you? What is that to you? These people just get off on, being able to say that black Americans are inferior in some way. Y'all are so pathetic. And it's a bunch of people, obviously. Y'all are so pathetic.
So successful, why are their villages back in their Asian homelands dilapidated and run down to the point where they have to come here if they got it going on like that? What are you talking about? Huh? Come on, Bushmeat. Bushmeat Barrister, unmute your mic.
Yeah, you're just constantly muting me. Which
No,
villages?
sir, you dropped the bone in your nose on the phone. But go ahead.
In any
Go
case,
ahead.
Japan and South Korea are not third world countries. They
No,
are
they're not.
first world. They are first world countries, and Japan and countries of Japan and South Korea, they're very clean, very civilized
Mm-hmm.
Af-
Mm-hmm.
compared to American society. Ask anyone who has visited those countries, both of those countries. They're very civilized and very industrialized compared to American society, and their women
And
respect men.
and
Black American
but
women
the
don't
but the
respect men,
but
Tariq.
the but
This
the
is crazy. This is crazy, man. People are so desperate to be able to say that something is wrong with us that they will do stuff like this. Even though you are an Ethiopian and you belong to the Zambatu tribe and you got your own set of problems, you still got your nose in our business and making it a point to learn about and talk about how Black American women are this, are, don't respect men. What? That is a sick level of fascination. Worry about your own problem. See, that's y'all's problem right there. Don't even know what to prioritize.
Asian women that are just marrying all over the place, most of them are not from Japan. You got to Asia is a big place. There's people from Thailand, Burma.
See, that's why I shared the marriage rates from over in those areas. Those areas, those people have a better family structure. And it's a family structure that the women want. That's why so many men go over there when they're looking for a wife. They understand that these women were raised to be wives. Again, did you see how low their out of wedlock birth rate is? It's not just Japan. Also showed, here's Thailand, less than 1%. That is what attracts these men. These women were raised to be wives, to be an assistant, to be everything that Black American women don't want to do. That's the game. That's the real game. Now, what were you saying about how phenomenal Black American women are? What were you saying again? And how? How? Because they're able to lay their edges? A lot of men are willing to deal with the peppercorn edges. How is Black American women a better option if you truly want to make a comparison? I mean, if we're going to go around trying to compare our women to other groups of women, that's like suicide. And let me make clear, I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm not going to do that. And also, if you ask me, people shouldn't look at Tariq as a leader. And he keeps pleading with the general public to not do that. Because he knows that he is not that type of person. He's really just a person who just shares his views online. Now, I know there's some people who believe he's, an agent, which I hope he's not. I hope he's none of that stuff. But the truth is, a lot of Black men are okay with the level of Black women's destruction and dysfunction. They're okay with it. They're willing to, deal with them in their broken state. And that overall just tells you how broken, speaks to, how rough of an experience we've had overall. That's what it is. And I'll land my plane there. Very dangerous business that you're into. This feel-good business. Tell them what they want to hear. That's not always what you should say. People need to hear the truth. When they hear the truth about themselves, then they will make changes. They got to be motivated and want to make changes themselves. You can't force quality onto anyone. They have to earn that directly from the mud. And I will see y'all on the next live stream.